I recorded this entire video, almost, and then my phone ran out of storage, so I tried to clear some of it out, and then I accidentally deleted the video. So, let's do this again. What if I started calling you guys chat? Would that be weird? I know that's primarily like a Twitch thing, but what are the YouTube comments if not a chat forum, right? Every time I start one of these, my brain just wants to go, sup chat. I just feel like it's such a great, like, neutral thing to say, you know, whatever. Anyway, sup chat, welcome to my car. It's time for another car cast. Today we are going to be talking about some discourse that's been happening on Twitter again. You guys may or may not have seen the stuff going on with Chappell Roan right now, with the stuff that she posted on TikTok and Instagram, where she is talking about how people have been coming up to her on the street, borderline harassing her, asking for pictures, and getting upset when she says no, and how people are stalking her, and how while she is grateful and happy with what is going on in her life, she also feels the most unsafe that she has ever in her life, and that people are also starting to go after her family. Like, people are stalking her family and showing up at her family's house. She set boundaries saying, hey, don't do this. Don't stalk my family. Don't harass me in public. Don't touch me and demand a hug without me consenting to it. And people are mad at that. I hate to break it to you, but if you're mad at that, then you're part of the problem. There's nothing wrong with somebody, including a celebrity, setting boundaries with people. That's actually a very normal and very helpful and very human thing to do. Because despite what you might think, celebrities are also people. Yeah, they might have more money and a bigger audience and, you know, are a public figure, and they're not living life like most people do, but they're still a person. They still have their own thoughts, feelings, goals, hopes, dreams, families, relationships. Like, just because somebody's famous doesn't mean that they shouldn't be able to hang out with their people in public. And as a fan, you are not their people. You don't know her. You don't know any celebrity unless you're a personal friend. Imagine if you were walking on the street and a stranger came up to you, someone that you don't know, and demands that you take a photo with them and then forcibly hugs you. I don't think you would like that very much. And you guys are trying to say that celebrities should expect this and that they signed up for that? They did not sign up for that. Being a musician or being an actor or any kind of artist or creator that gets big shouldn't mean that you are automatically harassed and expected to just deal with that. Chappell did not sign up to be harassed. Chappell signed up to give queer people a safe space and to make art that she loves and that she's proud of, and to pursue her passion, which is music. I don't think her passion is being stalked. I don't think that's anybody's passion. And yet, we have people over here calling her a diva and saying that she's not fit for fame. Hello? For one, she never expected to get as big as she did. And she also got big so fast. Like, she just skyrocketed within months. Like, I think in April of this year, she was at 4 million listeners. And now she's at 45 million listeners. Do you understand how insane that is? To go from playing for a crowd of 20 people in a park to now pulling in the biggest crowd that Lollapalooza has ever seen in its entire history. You wouldn't be able to handle that. That would be a lot for anybody. And you're just like, well, should have expected that. sorry, but if that's the way you think, you're a freak. I'm like, you need to examine. Do you guys hear that crow? Jesus. And this isn't something that's exclusive to Chappell, but she's just the celebrity who's been the most vocal about it, and she's been very clear about her boundaries, which a lot of celebrities haven't done because of the fact that we've normalized this kind of behavior towards celebrities. Our interactions with them are not transactional. They don't owe you something because you give them your support. You should be giving them your support because you respect and like what they do, and you want to support them in their passion. And in exchange, hey, you'll get music or concerts or whatever. Like, not their time when they're off the clock, not their time when they're not working. You don't get to invade their personal space. They're human beings. They deserve to be able to go out in public and do normal people things without being swarmed. There's a video that's been going around on Twitter of Beyonce at a red carpet event, and she's being like photographed a bunch, and there's a lot of, flash, which I'm sure is overwhelming as fuck. That would suck absolute balls. I don't want to experience that. I feel like I'm not even epileptic, and I think that would incapacitate me for a period of time. Like, that's overstimulating as hell. Anyway, people have been taking that video and saying, oh, Chappell Roan could not handle this because she's not ready for fame. Girlie, we're talking about Beyonce. First of all, Beyonce doesn't go out in public because of this stuff. Beyonce doesn't go out in public because she was getting harassed and swarmed. So what is this comparison that you're making? It's just proving Chappell's point. Because also the video you're using is Beyonce at work, not Beyonce on the street. If Chappell's at work, yeah, a bunch of cameras being around and a lot of people being around, that's expected because she's at work. Are we getting it? Is this clicking? Hopefully a lot of the people who are watching me are not this kind of person, but I wanted to rant. The chances of you even actually coming across Chappell or Beyonce or whoever in public is so astronomically low that why do we even care? Unless you are a person who is actively stalking her, you stumbling upon her in public is probably not going to happen. As Chappell has stated, she's not talking about fans who are respectful about it. If you go up and ask for a photo and she says no, and you take the no, and you say have a nice day and leave, that she's not talking about you. She's talking about the stalkers and the super fans and whatever, which can be very dangerous. Selena, not Gomez, Selena was killed by, I think, the leader of her fan club. Christina Grimmie was shot and killed by a fan. Like, this is scary shit. We should not be normalizing celebrities being in a situation where they can literally be killed. That's crazy. That's insane. It's unsafe. It's not normal. And again, this is an industry-wide issue. This is not a Chappell Roan issue. She is just being especially vocal about it in a way that most celebrities aren't, because of the way that we've normalized this in our culture. Because whenever somebody does speak out about it, we go through this again where everybody's saying that they aren't prepared for fame and they're being a diva, and they should be grateful to their fans and they owe their fans everything. Celebrities don't owe you jack shit. If you want to support them, that's on you. You don't know them. They don't have to give you anything. How big is it? If you take the muffler off of your truck, you're an asshole. It's a disturbance to everybody on the road and anybody near the road. good fucking, like, why? Why do you want to drive around sounding like that? Now that Chappell has spoken out, though, so many other celebrities are supporting her in what she's saying because the same thing is happening to them. Hayley Williams, for example, reposted it on her Instagram story and even added like her own personal experience of being like, yeah, I'm a woman in this space and I've been harassed by my fans thinking that I owe them something, but I'm a person. They're people. Even if they have some major fuck up and get in some scandal, technically they still don't even owe you an apology for that because you don't know them. You can stop supporting them. You don't have to continue being a fan. Inherently, they don't owe you anything because they don't know you personally. Unless they like are actively scamming somehow, but even then, like then it becomes a government issue. There's a lot. Okay, they're done. It's not just mainstream celebrities like actors and musicians and comedians and whatever. This is also going on with like internet personalities. Oh my god, the loud ass truck's back. Sweet Anita, who's a pretty big British streamer and content creator, has been very open about the fact that she's been actively stalked for years, I'm pretty sure. To a point where, like, the person was, like, at her house. I don't know the full details off the top of my head, but, like, I would definitely look into her story because it really highlights how dangerous this is. But she's also not being taken seriously by the police, so she's just kind of having to deal with it, which is awful. It's just, like, we need to have better rules in place for stalking, because I think at the moment, like, half the time when you try to contact the police about stalking, they're like, well, we can't do anything because they haven't tried to kill you yet. Well, if they are trying to kill me, then by the time they try to kill me, I might be dead because they might have actually killed me. Can you not stop them before they try to kill me? Maybe? Then there's the whole thing with the swatting and like calling the SWAT team on a live streamer and having them raid the house because you falsely reported a crime there. That's crazy. People have literally died from that. And even if you don't die in that situation, it is still very traumatic. Imagine if you were in your house playing games with your friends or live streaming in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people, and then a bunch of dudes in riot gear bust down the door with giant guns and tell you to get on the ground and you're under arrest because you've been reported for having a fucking, like, lab of some kind, or that you've murked, you know, like, imagine you in that situation and you're trying to tell these people that they should have expected it with their job and not just been like, oh yeah, people just shouldn't do that maybe. But what do I know? Stalking and that kind of thing, whatever, that's definitely like probably one of the biggest issues that's been going on, but it's not the only thing. There have been a lot of times, especially recently, of fans just demanding specific things from their favorite creator of whatever. Again, these are real human beings. They're not content monkeys or robots that are just going to produce whatever you want them to produce. You can support them or not in whatever they decide to make, but ultimately it is not up to you. You don't get to tell them what to do and when to do it. Biggest example of that being when all of the Dr. Disrespect, Mr. Beast, Ava Chris Tyson stuff, and there's still stuff coming out about Mr. Beast with the dog pack videos, which if you haven't seen, go watch those, especially the second one, because that's insane. He literally, allegedly tortured a guy. Literally, allegedly. That I don't know if that works. He allegedly, whatever. Don't sue me. I don't know. I'm just a guy on the internet, all right? Nothing I say is fact. I'm just yapping in my car, okay? But people were jumping on drama YouTubers. And most of them aren't even actually drama YouTubers. They've just happened to cover some drama before. The main ones that I was seeing were Ludwig, Oompaville, and Moist Critical. Their fans went crazy when the Their fans went crazy when the Mr. Beast stuff came out, being like, why aren't you reporting on this? Why aren't you covering this as fast as the Dr. Disrespect situation? Like, why are you being silent? Are you trying to, defend or cover Mr. Beast? Are you trying to save your Mr. Beast, like, collab so that you can get money from him or whatever? Like, and I'm like, y'all, most of this news is still breaking. We don't have all the information yet. You really want a half-assed video about a paragraph that somebody posted in a twit longer? You don't want to wait for maybe more things to come out so you can have a more substantial and more comprehensive video? But even besides that, they weren't even doing that. They covered the situation just as fast as the Dr. Disrespect situation. They all had released things within 24 hours, which is still crazy fast. I cannot get a scripted video out in 24 fucking hours, especially while information is still being released within those 24 hours. And all of them talked about how they don't really want to be drama YouTubers. They just covered a couple things a couple times, and then now people expect them to make that kind of content. So they've been making that kind of content. Oh my God, why does everybody have a tiny dick? They don't want to make that content. They've done it a few times, and now everybody expects it from them. So they feel like they have to do it to appease their audience, or even attracted an audience that they don't like Ludwig calls them drama frogs. Like, if you truly support somebody, you will just accept what they give you, I feel like. Especially if it's somebody that you don't know personally, because, again, they don't know you. I think that we should just all be normal. Do we need to have a conversation about consent again? Do we need to watch the tea video? The tea analogy? Let's go through that together, shall we? If you offer somebody a cup of tea and they say yes, then you make them a cup of tea. If you ask somebody if they want a cup of tea and they say, I'm not sure, you can make them a cup of tea, but you can't be upset if they don't drink it. Whether or not they drink it is now up to them. And if you don't make them a drink, then you don't make them a drink. Like, if you ask somebody if they want tea and they say no, don't make them tea and don't force them to drink it, right? That all makes sense in our heads. I feel like that's pretty simple. Most of us are not gonna force hot tea down someone's throat because that's insane to do. Same thing applies to everything else. Even something as small as a hug. If somebody says no to anything, then that is a no. Not, I'm gonna push you until you say yes. Or, no is no in any situation, any period. In conclusion, I feel like we all just need to take a step back and go touch some grass and get off the internet and learn how to be normal, compassionate, and empathetic human beings who can respect the boundaries of others without calling them a diva and saying that they aren't ready for fame or whatever. Just let people exist how they want to exist, because that's what you would want people to do for you. Are we in agreement here? I feel like we're all in agreement here. Hopefully we've been in agreement the whole time, because hopefully the people watching my videos are not the type to harass people. Or if you were one of the people who was thinking that Chappell or whoever is being a diva, then maybe you can do some reflection on that. Hey, if that was your thought, I think I called you all freaks earlier, but you know, like, there's a chance like you could change your thought process. This is mostly going towards people who are sticking firm in this. If you are one of the people that's sticking firm in this, like, really take a step back, put yourself in that situation, and think about how you would feel and what you would do. And if you put your boundaries out there, you would want people to respect that. You wouldn't want to be called a diva or undeserving or ungrateful because you have boundaries as a human being. Good? Be a nice person. Okay, that's all from me. Hope you guys enjoyed my little rant. If you guys have any thoughts or opinions or even like video ideas that you want to see me do, put them in the comments below. We can have a little chat in there about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Holy fuck. If you did, give it a like. If you really liked it, maybe sub if you haven't already. What is it today with these no muffler having trucks? Be safe, be respectful, be a kind person, treat people like you want to be treated, golden rule and all that jazz. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later.